Here we go, guys. We got the differential housing, the differential itself, the drive shaft, the rear subframe, and the fuel tank itself, all removed from underneath the 2.5RS. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Joe's Garage for another Subaru Saturday. In today's video, we're going to be removing the rear differential. Last week, we were able to get this rear subframe off, and you can see just how bad this part really is. It's completely rotted out, and we are not able to reuse this thing. Today's video is all about removing the rest of the drivetrain. We're going to start with this rear differential and work our way up the vehicle and see what we can get down. So without wasting any time, we're just going to start ripping some parts off this car. Thank you for tuning in this week, and let's get to work. The first thing that we're going to do is try and remove this rear differential and see how that comes out for us. So I didn't show this in last week's video. I did remove these bolts for this cover plate for the diff, and this top one had broke. There's a bracket that goes between this one and this one. It broke, and I wasn't able to get one off, so that's something we're going to be addressing today, and we're going to try and attempt to remove the rest of these holding this plate on, so then I can get these broken where the drive shaft meets the diff, and I think that's all that's holding this thing up and on. So once I get these all broken free, we're going to go ahead and drop the plates and see if we can get the diff down.
I wanted to take this moment and say thank you for all the incredible support I have received on this video series already. I really think this Subaru Impreza will be the car that blows up my YouTube channel, and as I make more progress on the car, I think my channel will match that. I am going to continue to work as hard as I possibly can on this Impreza to bring you guys the best possible content I'm able to provide. The more thumbs up, comments, and watch time I get help push these videos to a greater audience, and I would love to see one of my videos hit 500 thumbs up and 2,000 views. So let's make that happen, guys. You're the best, and I'm so happy to be making this content for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this video.
At this point, I heat up every single bolt, but that right there took me 20 minutes just to remove this one plate. So you could just get an idea of how long this process takes. Now we got this plate off. I'll try and get you guys a clean shot of what I'm doing here. I gotta see if I can hold this with a vise. Ah! Be super happy if this comes off. Oh my goodness. Yo, I can't believe that the vise held it. Just a little pinch right there, I had it. Okay, so this plate can come down. Nice, yeah. Oh, there it goes. Now the rear diff is exposed. I just need to be able to turn the drive shaft. I'm gonna put the car in neutral. Oh, looks like it's in neutral. That's awesome. I'm gonna break these free now. Hopefully I don't have to heat all these up. They look a little cleaner. I might heat them up if they don't break very easily. I don't wanna snap any of these. Oh, wow, these are tighter than expected. Well, guess it's time to heat them up.
Make sure to let me know in the comment section if you'd rather see me do the time warp where I speed up the work that I'm doing, or if you like when I just cut the work out and show you the highlights of what I'm doing.
So I took it off the time lapse. I really just want to show you guys. I am attempting to break these free without the heat. Yeah, that's not going. It's insane. It's just so tight. And this very last one, I'm just going to show you guys on camera. Rather than the time lapse, I'll just show it to you, just to give you guys a real idea how long it takes to heat them up. It's not too long to heat them up. It's just a quick 10 seconds, 15 seconds, get it nice and hot. But it breaks free like butter when you break them free with the heat. It's crazy. All right, it's red hot. I know you can't see it. There we go. Oh yeah, insane what the heat can do. Okay, so that's all the bolts for the drive shaft that attach it to the rear diff. We're gonna go ahead and get them all removed because I just have them loosened. And then we're gonna put the jack back under the diff and see if we can bring it down. I'm by myself, so I just want to be a little careful. I don't know how heavy it's going to be. I think I should be able to pick it up, but we're going to find out, guys. I actually don't know how the drive shaft comes down, if it separates at the carrier in the center, or if it's like a, see, there's this. I don't know if it's a 2-piece or a 1-piece, so we're gonna try and drop it and see what happens. Maybe it'll come out, or maybe it just hangs here, I don't know. I see, guys. There is a nut there that would separate this one from the other one. That's okay. We can just leave this hanging for right now. I'm cool with it. And we'll drop that in just a minute. I could probably do it now to get it out of my way, but I want to try and drop this diff real quick and see what happens. I see, it's just this one here holding it. There we go. I gotta get a punch or something to knock it through. I actually just had this old broken bolt down here. I'm gonna use that to punch it through. There it goes. That was it. Okay, so now it's just literally sitting on the jack stands. Oh. Come on, don't get caught on me. Oh, okay, a little heavier holding it up. Oh. Ta-da! Woo! Let's go! I got it! Oh, I'm leaking diff. Oh, shoot! I didn't mean to do that. I leaked all over. Whoops. Gear fluid is the worst. It's on my shoe. I'm sliding all over the place. I'm gonna tear my MCL again. Yo, that's sick. We were able to get the diff right down. I muscled it out. Little Joe, if you're watching, I still got them muscles, baby. Yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and see what else we can remove. Definitely gonna try and get the fuel tank down today. Gotta worry about some fuel lines up top. We're gonna hop in the car and remove those and go from there. We're gonna get the drive shaft out. We're gonna be able to get pretty much everything off the bottom, I think. Once I have everything detached from the bottom, I'm not sure if I'm gonna drop the transmission or if I'm just gonna go and pull the engine again and then drop the tranny after. I'm not sure what would be easier. I know that I can't lift the trans out myself. I could put it on jack stands. I think it might be a little easier to wait on the trans until I have some help. Maybe not, I don't know. If I get ambitious, maybe I'll just yank it out. But we're gonna see. We're gonna keep just removing some parts underneath and see what else we can get off. So what do you guys think? These rusty bolts holding this carrier in for the drive shaft are gonna come out, or will I have to separate the drive shaft by this nut holding them together? I'm really hoping that I could just take it down in one piece. So let's go ahead and heat them up and give them a try. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess it looks like it's just gonna yank this other one down. I guess I should have thought of that. Oh, I just burnt my finger so bad. You can see the ring on there. I totally just pushed it up with this on my thumb and it was just immediately burnt. If you're using torches, make sure you be careful. Burning my thumb didn't feel good. Ah! Son of a gun. Yeah, that didn't feel great, I'll tell you what, guys. My thumb is hurting. Oh yeah. Ow! Oh, holy smokes! Didn't think it was gonna come down that easy. I wanted to get video of me pulling this thing, but it kind of just came right out for me. Oh my goodness, drive shaft's out. That's a good sign that those came out. You saw how bad and rusty they were. It's surprising. It's really surprising how nice everything is coming down. Even though it's really rusted, a little bit of heat helps. Everything seems to be coming out. Next, we're gonna attempt to remove this extra frame piece. I'm not sure if it's a secondary frame, what you would call this, a carrier for the differential. I have no clue. If you guys know, make sure to let me know in the comments, but this is what we're about to drop. This one is in a pretty bad spot based off the rust. I don't know if this one's gonna go for us, but we're gonna attempt to get it down, and then after that, it's the fuel tank. So we're just gonna keep on moving forward and seeing what we can get dropped. Yeah, for this one, I have zero clue if it's gonna go. I'm a little worried about the rust that's on the body of the car holding it. We're gonna just go ahead and put a wrench on it. I have no heat to it right now. Let's just see what we can do. So I got the good old persuasion bar. We're gonna put that on the wrench. See if I can put a little more force to it before I start to heat things up. It does not feel like it wants to go. I have a lot less room to heat this one up. We're right around the fuel tank. There's just not much space for me to get a torch in there where I want it. We're gonna attempt to heat it up a little bit. I don't know, I feel like this might break. We might just have to weld in new parts of the body here. We're getting to where the rust is really bad, and on the other side it's even worse. But you can see some rust back here, up here. It's just bad. So let's go ahead, heat it up a little bit, and see what will, if it'll break free at all. Generally, I would heat around the bolt or where it's threaded in, but just like I was saying, there's not much space to get the torch in there where I need, so I'm just heating up. After I heat it around it, I'm actually heating up this bolt. If it breaks, it breaks. It's bound to happen here, so let's just give it an attempt after I get it nice and red hot, and then we will see what we can do with it. I can't tell if that's going or just, I don't have a clue. Ah. All right, it's down, it worked. We got to find a way to support this thing and get the rest of these free. It's kind of coming down a little crooked. So we got these two 12mm here that are in really rusty spots, but I'm gonna attempt to heat them up and get them out. All right, we're red hot. Wow. I can't believe that. All right, round two. Oh yeah, you can see that. Let's just go with this time. Wow, that's incredible. It's like this car wants me to fix it. I love this car. While I'm down here, we're just gonna go ahead and do these two. So then when I heat this one up and go on the outside, it's ready to go. Let's see if we can get those two out. It is truly incredible how this thing is coming apart. All of these came out with no issue, which I'm completely shocked in. I wish I would have heated up that one for the subframe. I bet it would have came out too. The only thing holding this bad boy up, it's got these cables here for the parking brake, and I have to either drop those somehow or if I can snake this frame piece around these right here, which is what I might try to do. I don't know if I'm able to tilt it enough, which I might be able to get a little slack if I remove this bolt here. Okay, let's try and remove these here for the parking brake on both sides. This one's pretty rusty. This one might come out. Everything's so rusty. I'll just pound this 11 on there. I'm scorching so much rubber up there. So let's see if that works. Oh yeah. Nice. Okay, and then we have the other side to get to. Then I might have enough room to wiggle this out. Nice. Okay, that's another one for you. There she is sitting there. Gonna have to put new bushings on that. If I even reuse this piece, it's really not in that bad a shape, this one. I'll blast it down and clean it up. Let's just take a look at what we got here under the car. You can really start to see that rust down there. Hopefully these long arms come out for the rear suspension when I get to it. Like I said, I don't have anywhere to jack the car up yet other than right there. So this side's a little worse. They're both bad in their own way. Now it's time to see if we can get the fuel straps for the fuel tank loosened. But before I even do that, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna hop in the car and see if we can disconnect everything on the fuel tank. So when I bring it down, you know, it's loose, ready to come down. I can just bring it down all in one fell swoop. All right, guys, let's keep working. Okay, we're in the car. I'm gonna remove the top of the fuel tank connections. It's so clean in here, it's crazy. WD did such a good job. I'm so happy about that because before it was just disgusting. And they couldn't have done a better job. I'm so lucky to have been able to work with them. Such a good way to start this series. This shouldn't be too difficult. Oh, cool, I don't have to take this top off. I just need to do a couple disconnections here. Oh, that's why. It's not the whole thing, it's just that. There we go. So now that I have the top disconnected, I need to get this bolt broken free. There's one up here for the fuel tank strap, and there's two on the back. I've got to move some of this stuff out of my way and make some room. Hopefully I can put the jack stands here and it'll hold the fuel tank if it drops. All right, you guys already know I'm going to be heating these up. Oh yeah. Nice. These are a little bit rustier, but I think I'm able to get in here a little better. I have way more space. We're gonna go ahead and heat them up and try and get them out. Just take a little wire brush here, try and knock this down a little bit. Okay. Shit. What bolt is that? That's the tank. Yeah, it's for the fuel tank. Okay, here we go. We got this last nut here. Oh, yeah. As I drop that, the tank's coming down. Okay, cool. Tank's coming down. I'm going to move the camera and try and get this tank out of here. I have some more lines I think I need to remove. Let's see if I can bring it down a little further. Okay. These are our fuel lines running from the front of the car, I believe, right here. Oh, that's where it was leaking. Right here is where it was leaking. I can't believe the car started. I cannot believe the car started. I don't know if this is the recirculation line or that cannot be the fuel sending line, but this was completely broken. That's insane. I might just go ahead and cut those lines. I'm safe to just cut the metal and I'll replace the lines down the road. So that's what we're about to do. Let's see if I can get you guys an okay shot at that. I don't know if you guys can see this. That's one. It's a solid line still. Oh, yeah, it had a little feel in it. I'm okay with it. I still have to disconnect everything over here on the evap tank. Oh. Okay, on the fuel tank we have a couple electrical connections that we need to get removed so that I can bring it completely down. Okay, so it goes from this side of the fuel tank across over to here and connects in, and it's this wire also that runs to the evap canister. So we're gonna go ahead and get those deattached. Okay, there's one, and now we just have this last one over here. I'm gonna cut some of these zip ties. I can always zip tie them back together later. Just fish this wire through here now. And all the connections are off the fuel tank, it looks like. I'm gonna be able to pull this whole thing down. Oh. Nice. All right, so let's get a better look at this thing. Drag it on out. I'm gonna go ahead and carry it over somewhere where I can get a really good look at it real quick. All right, so let's take a better look at this. You can see the rust is, let me see if I can get you guys a good look. The rust is really starting to split here and peel the seam. I don't know if that's gonna be reusable or not. It does have fuel in there, and the whole tank is coated in like the undercoating, but you can see it's pretty bad right here. All the hoses and lines are pretty much shot. This goes to the fuel neck filler, and that was shot also. I have that separated. You saw that in the very original video I posted on the car. We got some rust here that's pretty substantial. Can't put my finger through it yet, but it's pretty bad. Overall, really rusty tank. If I could replace this, I probably will, because you know, I'd like to get a fuel tank that is just cleaner than this. All right, everybody, we got the fuel tank dropped, we got the rear differential out, and we got pretty much all of the suspension pieces off the rear of the car. We have the long arms, the struts installed still that we're gonna be removing down the line, but I'm pretty happy with where we're at today. So this is probably where I'm gonna be wrapping up the video. I do wanna show you guys a couple places that the rust is a little worse on the frame of the vehicle, and I'm a little concerned about it, but I think that we're gonna be able to fix this. You can see here it's getting pretty bad. Back there on that piece of the frame, it's really rotten. Up here you can see all the brake lines are pretty much toast, so we're gonna be making all new brake lines. I already figured we were gonna do that in the first place. As long as structurally everything can be nice and tight, I'm not too worried about it because everything's fixable. But you see right here, it's in pretty bad shape. all the pinch welds are toast. Over here is even worse than the other side. And this is all something we weren't able to really see until we had more parts removed. So like I said, now that we have everything removed, we got a better idea of, you know, what we're gonna have to fix. And that's pretty exciting because we know what route we're gonna go and continue to keep working. In next week's video, I'm gonna be jumping right to pulling the engine out from the top. I'm not sold that dropping the trans from underneath is the next step, just because the way I have the car jacked up on the lift, it's already not the way I would usually do it, because I can't put the jacks on the pinch welds because they're so bad, or I haven't even tried it yet. Maybe I'm able to. I think what I'm gonna do is make a bar where I'm able to jack the car up from the middle up here where the rear subframe would hold the car up. I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do yet. So I think we're gonna be yanking the engine out of the top so there's a little less weight, and then I'm gonna be dropping the transmission from underneath along with the cradle for the motor, and that's really gonna be everything else that's on the car that needs to be taken off. So if I'm able to get the engine out, I'll be able to drop the transmission a little easier, I think, in my opinion, just because I'll have more room to work and I won't have to worry about the engine up top if I need to get around it. And yeah, that's what we're going to be jumping into next week. So if you guys watched to this point of the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up and leave me some comments in the section below. A lot of you guys have been really loyal since the start of the series, and I really love that. I appreciate it, and I'm always trying to adjust what I'm doing according to your guys' comments. So if you guys have any suggestions, make sure to let me know. I'd love to hear from you, and definitely subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I know I say it enough times, but that's really part of the reason why I'm doing all of this. I'm trying to grow my audience. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be catching you in the next Subaru Saturday. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and I'll be talking to you soon. Peace out.